Hello. It feels like it's been 84 years since we've had the show on my channel because we missed the last week that it was supposed to be on. And
Oh
then, you know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's been like 3
it's
weeks
true.
since
I
we've
thought
been
you were
here.
I thought you were going to just say since we did the show. I'm like, it feels like yesterday. What are you
Okay. It
talking
was
about?
last week. I'm already sick of you. So, quick question. This is random, but you like Christian Bale, right? You're a
I
fan?
I do. Yes, I am a fan.
Have you seen this yet? I'm so glad to be the one to show you this if you have not, because I found this today and I'm like, I gotta save this and just
Uh-oh.
have you ever seen him sing the Powerpuff Girls theme song?
I haven't, no.
All right, well, you're in for a treat.
I'm trying to save the world. Here they come just in time. The Powerpuff Girls. Know it?
He was
Know
so
it?
excited for that. He was like, "Yeah, I
He's
crushed
like,
it."
I can't believe I remembered all the words up until this point. That's hilarious.
He definitely watched it. That was like,
I'm so used to him with an American accent that he
I know.
sounds so weird without it.
I actually forgot that, you know, he was an American.
Yep,
Yeah, I.
it's weird.
It's very
I
weird.
don't
Anyways,
Yeah, it's all right.
random
Good
topic.
enough. Yep.
How are you doing? What's you've been playing? Have you been playing Bayonetta? Have you been playing that? We've been playing.
Yes.
Okay,
So I
I thought so.
I finished last or not last stream, the stream before I finished The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales was a pretty fun game. And then before that, I had done Star Fox in one stream, but yesterday I started Bayonetta 1 because I've streamed Bayonetta 2 twice on the channel and I streamed Bayonetta 3 once, but I realized that I hadn't streamed Bayonetta 1, which is if you had put a gun to my head and you had said, "Have you streamed Bayonetta 1?" I would have been like, "Yep." I'd be dead today, Wicked. I could not find it, no matter how much I searched for it. I could have swore that I streamed it. It seems so uncharacteristic of me to
Um,
stream 2 and 3, but not
yeah,
1.
it is. And I think Jay just got kidnapped.
Vera, help! I'm stuck in a
Oh,
CRT TV. Oh, on a 20-hour road trip with Ryan. Yeah, that
you know what?
fucking sucks.
I wanted to get Vera's thoughts on this picture, so we might as well just go for it now since Jay is here. Um, look how happy Jay is.
Jay is always just like rainbows and such. You know that Hugh Jackman meme where it's just like the rainbows and the dolphins behind him and he's smiling and he's all happy? That's Jay. Ryan looks like a fucking smurf and Jeremy's got the pedo stash going on. I mean, my god, this is
No.
this is the terrible trio over here.
I thought only Ryan was going to get shots here.
No,
if
no.
we're doing memes, I would agree with that one for Jay, and I think that Ryan is the Ben Affleck meme with the cigarette, just like this is
Yeah,
sick and tired of everything.
he always looks so annoyed and angry.
Your face looks fine. Jay. Oh no.
I've got to
well-
find that Hugh Jackman meme though.
Well, now someone is going to put Jay's face on it. I hope you gentlemen are having a good time.
Found it.
oh.
This is literally fucking Jay. Every time I see his nice, happy, smiling face, this right fucking here is literally him.
Oh my gosh, it is.
That's it. That's literally him. It's dolphins and rainbows and smiles.
That is all right. Chat, you know what to do. Let me know when you got it done. Sorry, Jay. It's fine. He could just like breathe a certain way and then a meme gets made, so he's used to it.
Yeah.
He's used to it. He'll be fine.
He doesn't seem too happy.
No, he's fine. Don't worry about him.
He'll walk it off.
Yeah. Or, just sit in the back seat. Because yeah, they're driving.
Yeah. At least he doesn't
Oh my
have to
gosh.
drive though.
Yeah, right. It's nice. It's nice to just kind of like kick back during a road trip and not have to drive. Also, Tara Crystal, thank you so much for the gift from my throne list. I appreciate that so much. I saw it saying and I was like, what? Thank you. You can't swim? Okay, Jay's derailing.
What do you mean
chat.
you can't swim? Wait a damn minute. What do you mean?
That makes his first message where he's like, Vara, help. It's like he drowned it right after that.
Right? What do you mean you can't swim? I'd understand if you were 5 years old or lived in the desert.
Or lived in the desert. He says he sinks. Well,
Okay.
David,
right.
thank you. Yes, I have my second channel pinned. I've had it for a bit. I was messing with what to do with it, but now I upload videos and stuff, and it's fun getting back into that.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe I'll take a page from Vara's playbook. I don't know if I'll upload 10 videos a day like she does, but at least one.
Yeah. Well, I did see, I think like 1 or 2 of the videos you uploaded it, and I think they were like 3 minutes each. So
I
technically,
gotta get longer.
by the amount of time I put into my videos, which my videos are like 10 to 13 minutes, you could probably make 6 or 7
I could.
of your videos compared to mine.
And you know what? I'm gonna make them longer, but I'm just like, you know what? Let me get a topic. I don't want to like drag it on, so I just kind of zip. And also, we were just talking about this. I have an espresso machine now, and somebody should probably take it away from me because
Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding.
drink way too much espresso, and I talk even faster now than I normally did. But also, I'm making muffins later, and I was telling Vara about that. I'm excited. And she had a story to tell me about muffins.
Yeah, whenever the way that you said it, you're like, I'm making muffins, which first of all reminds me of Donkey and Shrek going, I'm making waffles.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
But my sister, I must have been 10, and my sister's 10 years older than me, so she must have been 20 or 21 or right around there. She, like 2 a.m. one day, I got up, she was making a lot of noise. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm making muffins in muffin tins. She was so drunk. It was insane. And the way that you said it just reminded me, I'm making muffins in muffin tins. Congrats. What do you want? A golden sticker?
She wants you to try one of the muffins and let her know.
Apparently. I never saw the muffins, by the way. Let me add that. Yeah. Never saw them.
So this is my second channel, and I want to share this because I had YouTube make a thumbnail, and this is freaking hilarious. The one of me and Vara. Like, I kind of look like me in that one, but like, I'm like, it got Vara down to that's how she looks at Ryan all the time on FML, probably.
Yeah, kind of. I'm always shocked or disgusted, one or the other.
Yeah. But guys, I'm trying to get it monetized. I hit the 1K. I have a ton of old stuff up here too from like vlogs and everything. So, I mean, if you're bored and you just want to watch them, it's great stuff. No, Jay, I'm not making corn muffins. I'm making 2 different kinds, chocolate chip and blueberry. Make a couple of these supers, then we'll get on to a topic. This is turning into saucy. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that.
We're just yapping.
We're just yapping. Imagine, I feel like saucy, if it was like just me and X-Ray, there'd be a lot of yapping. Disparu kind of reels us in, but like he reels us in and then he goes off.
And then
on
he
his
talks
stuff.
about fucking She-Hulk for 2 goddamn hours.
Yeah,
he is not in a position to judge.
It's true. It's true. He's not. Hokey, thank you for the 10. Have you heard of the new sport, quiet tennis? It's like normal tennis, but without the racket. I wish that there was vodka or something in this and not just water, but
See, he spelt quiet wrong. So I read it quite tennis, and nope.
It just ruined everything for her whole vibe.
Yep.
Thank you.
Not funny.
And Shane, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the Potato Squad, everybody. Oh no, Corey, thank you. I mean, thanks for the 5, Corey. Went to have drinks with Guys, you're driving her crazy.
Why? What's with the spelling? What do you mean?
She can't even listen. You points deducted for spelling Medusa wrong.
No, you're out of here.
You're out. And Corey, Corey was probably very happy that we brought up Christian Bale because he's probably been saving this one. Thanks for the 5. What do you call a Batman who leaves church early? Christian Bale. Corey, I'll give it. I'll give you props for that one because we were talking about Christian Bale and
True.
we were on topic. So you get a point back for that one. But that's
That's
it.
the best you're getting from me.
That's the best I can do. Okay, it was the keyboard. Now keyboards are spelling things wrong. I get it.
Okay.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right.
She's gonna freak out, guys. Saw, thank you for the 5. It is a 5-minute walk from my house to the bar, but a 45-minute walk from the bar to my house. The difference is staggering. All right. That one gets a little good. She's trying so hard not to even smile. Don't look at me because it's gonna make you smile.
Nope.
David, thank you for the 2. Hail the beautiful panel. Thank you, David. And for another 2, Supergirl is one of the worst superhero movies FML.
Yeah, it was really bad.
That's what I heard.
I mean, it's not as bad still as like the Marvels,
It's not.
but now like the Marvels and Birds of Prey are still worse, but Supergirl is still, it's not a good movie. I can't even put it into the okay category. Like Birds of Prey, Jongleur 2, and the Marvels are like a 2 maximum, and that's me being generous. Supergirl is maybe a 3. So it's kind of like comparing garbage versus garbage. Like one is less stinky, but they're all still garbage.
I haven't seen the Marvels or Supergirl. I did see Birds of Prey. Black Canary
Yeah.
is one of my favorite superheroes, and I was like, what? It just was not good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And it was weird. It was a choice. I love Harley Quinn too, but she's been done to death, and they're ruining her. So I'm like, okay, I've got Harley Quinn fatigue. At first, when Margot Robbie first like donned the outfit, I was like, okay. I liked it. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I liked the vibe at first, but then like the writing started getting real bad. And I'm like, But Birds of Prey, having her on it makes no sense. And it just, oh my gosh. We're not here to talk about Birds of Prey though. You like triggered something
No,
in me. I hated that
yeah.
movie. That's why I'm like, I don't want.
Bad female superhero movies. Most of them, to be fair, a lot of them are really, really bad. There's a few that are good, like the first Wonder Woman. I thought that was a good movie, but you know, obviously what they did as a follow-up with Wonder Woman 1984 and then Gal Gadot's acting, well, you know, no, yeah.
That's the thing. The writing was decent enough, and Gal Gadot was pretty enough for us to not realize that she couldn't act. That's how you
Yeah.
do it. That's how
And
you do it.
also the first Wonder Woman movie, it had such good cinematography and the
Mhm.
action scenes were so good that it took away or it added to the movie so much that you couldn't, I don't want to say you couldn't tell that she was only okay at acting in the movie, but the writing and like the visuals were so strong that it made it worth it.
Yeah, like that one scene when people talk about Wonder Woman, there's a scene that will live rent free in my head forever, like where she does that thing where she just kind of like no, and then she goes forward, like where she's about to. I can't like do it, but she makes it. She actually does some okay acting in this scene where she
Yeah.
has to like she has her her arms up, and then she does like the oh no look, like no you didn't, and then just like it's a good scene. And I think that it might have been mildly improvised, which makes it even better. She's not a good actress, okay, but
She looked the part.
she looked the
She
part.
did a pretty good job. Like it was definitely a good movie. I wouldn't say it was great or anything, but that obviously is her best performance, and that means that was more of a fluke than the norm for her.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I love how whenever they have like a movie flop with a female, they're like, it's because the audience it's our fault as usual. I knew this was gonna happen before the movie even dropped. Like we're not gonna like it. I knew we weren't gonna like it. And it's gonna be our
Yeah.
fault because we're supposed to just like everything and we have to be progressive and like all the women stuff. No, we do not. So Variety, and it's funny because even like Variety and all these places were not kissing their butts. They're like, nah, it was bad. Like it was just bad. They did not even. I was like, dang, they didn't even pay these people off this time. So, Supergirl is just the latest in a long line of disappointing movies, or in the worrying case of Batgirl Act projects centering a female superhero since Patty Jenkins' impressive Wonder Woman back in 2017. Why can't Hollywood get it right? So the reason why, we all know the reason why Hollywood can't get, it's not even just female heroes, but female characters in general. They're getting a lot wrong, right? Male characters too, but like the females are way up there because they're trying to put them on this pedestal and just make them amazing. Like Mary Sue is one direction where it's absolutely awful. Like that is just so boring. It's, there's nothing wrong with seeing like a strong female that does cool stuff and you see her, you know, build up. Like I always use Buffy as an example, but for a more modern movie, Ballerina, we see her get her butt handed to her. She has to learn everything. Like it does go kind of fast, but we still see that she did not have any of these talents in the beginning. And we watch her train and get to where she needs to be. And even when she is fully trained, like, you know, John Wick's kind of like, boop, like just flicker, like, okay, like and that's how it should be because he's definitely more, he's stronger and, you know, has way more training than her and experience, right? So, but that's how you write a character. She's got flaws, but her story was interesting. And I'm like kind of sad that Ballerina didn't do better in the box office, but people at that point and still right now are sick to death of female characters because they get written wrong. So even if one does come up that is even mildly good, they don't really want it because they're just tired of it. So that's one direction. And then another direction is what they did with Supergirl. She's a mess. She's a drunk. It's okay. You can be sloppy and not care about your life. Who cares? Why be a hero? Just be a bum, basically.
Yeah.
That's boring too. Like that's on the whole other side. Like they don't know how to go in the medium, like the middle there and give us entertainment. They don't know how to do escapism because they got to throw their social and political views into everything. And it is so freaking tiresome. That Variety is why Hollywood can't get it right.
Well, it's true because it boils down to feminism. Feminists are either infecting entertainment or have done irreparable damage to entertainment, whether that is people listening to feminists or the feminists getting hired, where you have characters who are put on a pedestal just because they're women. And then you have the men who are denigrated so the women look stronger or more interesting, when of course that isn't the case. But they don't want these female characters to appeal to men who are the primary audience for superhero movies and TV shows and comic books. And so you're making a product for no one. The younger women of TikTok who are normies, who do not know much about Supergirl, they don't care about a movie like this. And if you even look at the breakdown for the box office, I believe it was 62 or 63% of the audience that went were men. So the majority are still men who went. Now, clearly, a lot of people just didn't go to see this in general, but it's such a big problem where you're only telling the one or two types of female stories and neither are appealing because you don't want these female characters to appeal to the men who are the only reason why you have this job at all. And so you get the Supergirls who, right, she's a mess, she doesn't have her life together, but throughout this movie, she doesn't really grow as a character. The only people she cares about saving are women and a dog. That is literally her number one priority. The music in this is terrible. The visuals in this are terrible. Like, there's no redeeming factor to this. And then, yes, you do have plenty of Mary Sue characters. And of course, we talked about it so many times, but Star Wars with Rey, who just instantly know how to do everything. They are strong, independent. They don't need anybody. Or if they need somebody, it's like a 5-minute montage of training and that's it. And it feels so shallow and like you didn't actually want to put in the work to show the character's growth throughout a movie. This would have been the perfect opportunity to have a character who sort of has, PTSD up front and who is a mess, who doesn't have her life together, but then ends up growing and finding the best in people and saying, "You know what? I was a mess at first, but I've gone through the hero's journey. I have grown as a person, and now I realize that, these are my people, that I want to protect people with this power I have instead of going and getting drunk and being a slob and being a weirdo." I mean, this entire movie is also basically Mad Max. She is Furiosa, which is, not going to be appealing to most people.
No, I don't think so. I heard, listen, when it comes to streaming for Vera, I will suffer and watch this because she always likes to point out that I don't suffer enough and watch this. I just didn't have the time, and I was like, listen, I'm not going to see it in time. I'm going to let them review it on Saucy. There's so much more I want to see. Like, I wanted to go see Obsession again, man. I like that so much, but I mean, I can pay for it now and just have it at home. I know, but I'm like, there's actually a couple of good movies that have come out recently that I would rather go see again than spend any money to go see this. It's going to be okay. Place your bets, chat and Vera. When do you think this is going to be on Disney Plus?
You
I mean, they might want to rent
you mean just
it.
streaming?
Yeah, I would say just stream. Like Disney Plus. Wow, Disney Plus. Disney Plus will be free, right? So they're probably going to put it on like Prime for rental. I think it's going to be soon. Like I think it's going to be before summer's over because this flopped so bad.
So the thing is that for streaming, I don't know. What was Superman?
I mean, Superman did better than this, and it was like, I feel like it was maybe 2 months. Someone in the chat might. Well, you'll probably get it before the chat does.
Yeah. So it says that it went to streaming 45 days. So it's HBO, not Disney, of course. But
Yeah.
It went on streaming, it looks like 45 days after.
Yeah, why did I say Disney Plus? I don't know, man.
It's okay. I knew what you meant.
It's all mixing up.
Yeah. Oh no, 35 days. So it went off on 35 days later. I would assume right around the same.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it will go on HBO Max and not like they might do like a week or something on Prime where they can get some money for rentals, but I don't know. They might just put it right on HBO Max.
I've got to be honest though, I don't know who is going to want to even watch this on stream. I mean, of course, there are always going to be people who decide to not go to the theaters and wait to watch something from the comfort of their own home. But I can't imagine that this is going to bring this to new heights and suddenly it's going to turn things around for them. And, it's going to be rainbows and sunshine. I don't think that this is going to be one of those situations where we hear, oh my God, it did insane when it finally went to streaming. I believe it's just a dud movie, which isn't shocking. When your Superman movie, your debut for the DCU, ends up getting $620 million in theaters, which it's a Superman movie, not even coming close to $1 billion, and then you follow that up with Supergirl. Yeah, that is a very, very bad look.
It is. It's like, I can't help but just think of a few of us, I think, threw this idea out there that James Gunn's going to be replaced because of, Paramount. We all thought it was going to be Netflix, but Paramount buying, I mean, as he should be, it's logical. You're not making any money. Get out of here. Your story sucked. Get out of here. I don't know. But what do I know? So he might be trying to sink the ship on his way out.
I don't know if he is intentionally, trying to sink the ship. I think that this is just his brand of storytelling and visuals, and he's a one-trick pony. It worked for something like Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously, but Supergirl should not be Star-Lord, and people did not connect with this version of the story. Now, I personally do not even think that Tom King's comic Woman of Tomorrow was good. I think that it fell flat, and knowing that they're following sort of a couple of his different series for the DCU really, really gives me pause. Like, we've been hearing about potential Batman and Wonder Woman castings, and the rumored actress for Wonder Woman, she's a pretty woman. Now, I don't necessarily know if she can act. Obviously, we've already gotten a pretty Wonder Woman who can't act in the past, and that didn't turn out particularly well for them. But I mean, you only have so many chances to make your reboot work before it gets rebooted again. And they had said, oh my gosh, we've got all these big plans for the DCU and we're rejuvenating these characters and their stories, but it seems that they're already dead.
Yeah, they would need to basically completely rebrand, like clean house, bring in new just everything. And yeah, I think that's the only way to save. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with Marvel, right? I mean, there's still some actors that we like on Marvel, but they're like phasing all the good ones out. So, I mean, but they're also bringing them back. I don't know, man. Marvel's a mess.
Right,
But
they tried to
DC,
phase them out for the new, younger, more diverse versions of them, and then they were like, "Oh shit, this isn't working." Haha, just kidding. Bring them all back. Bring them all
yeah,
back.
yeah. So I don't know, but this right here. Sorry to trigger you with bride talk, but that tells me everything I need to know. Now, these are two
God.
movies I didn't see. Between you and Disparu, I know the entire plot of The Bride, and I don't need to see it. I'm good. Supergirl is the second notable flop in 2026 for Warner Brothers, following the spring's The Bride, which flatlined with 23 million worldwide against a $90 million budget. The studio had two modest wins with February's Wuthering Heights and April's Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which I didn't watch either of those either.
Aren't
I wanted to see The
you?
Mummy, but
Yeah,
did you end up seeing that? I know you were trying to see it too, but you didn't
I
have
did.
time.
I did, yeah. Maybe one day we can, review it. But what is going on with Christian Bale? Right? He was in The Bride. Now he just what was it? He got cast in something that sounds really bad as well. What's going on with Christian? Maybe he just doesn't care
I mean, he's singing
because
Powerpuff Girls. He's
right,
living
like
his best life.
he's all happiness.
Mhm.
But it's a little rough to think about. Such a
Especially for
good
someone,
actor signing
yeah.
on to such bad projects. Now, I know when The Bride had come out, it was sort of speculated that, oh, it's just because it was Maggie Gyllenhaal, and so Jake Gyllenhaal has all of these ties to people in Hollywood, and maybe that's how they ended up getting him, was like a friend of a friend, and I know him. But man,
Maybe, but
it's
like one look
depressing.
at that script, like you're not my friends anymore. If you got me on this movie, like we're
Yeah.
done.
Hey, I
Friendship's
mean,
over.
if he gets paid, I suppose that's all that counts.
Yeah, I guess so. But it is sad to see that when he is such a good actor, he can get paid to make good movies
Right.
instead of wasting his time. He might have thought like they thought it was artsy. I'm not into those kind of movies.
Special and artsy fartsy.
Yeah, I think that's what yeah. Anyways, let's get a couple supers and then we'll move on. Corey, thank you for the 5. So what if I don't know what apocalypse means? It's not the end of the world, Corey. Come on, you can do it. Are you gonna laugh at that one?
No.
Did I get you? Oh, I was gonna say,
No.
Corey, you can do better than that. I'm disappointed.
No, I'm not laughing.
Shane with the €5. Don't thank me for this one, and we'll be even. It's so hard not to. Hold on, what do I have here? You know what? Fine. No thanks. We'll just give you this one. There. Is
Leon.
that better? Ian, thank you for that 50 pounds. Hot take. No one is good looking enough to be as bad at acting as Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Ian. Come on. That is sexist.
You ist and you phobe and you terrible person.
No wonder you hang out with us so much. You fit right in here. Just start going off about
Yeah.
feminists, and you and Vara will be best friends.
It's like I think it was right before we started the stream. We were talking about Supergirl and the media talking about all of our misogyny. Oh, my misogyny's not internalized anymore, Buster. I fucking can't stand these stupid bitches in Hollywood. Get them out of here, fire them all. 95% gone unless you are well acided or you're at least a half decent actress. Otherwise, hit the road.
Well said. That was very poetic.
I know.
Actually, Cal, thank you for the 5. Man of Tomorrow may get Batwoman due to Supergirl. Sony ending physical just ended the console war. PC wins flawless victory. I mean, you're not wrong. So we'll see what happens in 2028, I guess, huh? And one more DC topic while we're on it. I am absolutely shocked that she would make this statement. Jennifer Holland says Man of Tomorrow might be James Gunn's best movie yet. It feels like a step up to me in a lot of ways. I'm excited for people to see it, and he's not done filming yet. He's not done filming yet. And you know what? This probably has nothing to do with the fact that that's her husband. Like, it doesn't need to be finished filming. He's just such a great filmmaker.
Right,
You know?
for sure. Not the artificial hype already beginning.
No, not at all. She doesn't get paid, and she just gets married. She's just married, and she gets put into shows and hooks up with his friends on the shows.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, not in real life, in the show. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. Hey,
well,
none of my business.
Pause. That might be the case, but it's always so funny to me when we hear somebody say, "Oh, this is their best movie yet, or TV show yet, or book yet, or just work yet," because you hear that so often now that it instantly makes me skeptical, and it makes me think that you are shilling and you are lying and you are damage controlling and you're running defense and you're just trying to get people hyped based off of a lie. I get that, as a creator, as time goes on, you hone your craft and you get better at it, but man, it just becomes tiring to hear the same thing every single time a product is ready to be released.
Yeah, it does. It does. And you know what? That I wouldn't be surprised if this does get axed because of the numbers that Supergirl did. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much. It's not done filming yet, so I guess if they're like more than halfway done with the filming, it might cost more to can it than it would be to just
So
release
that's the
it.
thing. I do not see a possible way that they can Man of Tomorrow. It is already filming. It is already established. They've already got so many contracts in place. Like the sets are built. It's too far into production. But I think that if that fails, that's it for James Gunn. I know there are some people, like Ryan, for example, he thinks that that decision is going to be made before that movie even comes out. I think personally that that movie will be sort of the last straw. And if Man of Tomorrow fails, that's it for James Gunn.
Absolutely. Listen, if Man of Tomorrow fails and they don't get rid of him, they're just throwing money away. They don't care. They're just,
oh yeah,
like I wouldn't even know what to say on that because I think he should already be done after. So the second,
well, he should have never begun. He should have never been handed this. Sure, hire him as a director or a producer or whatever, but to run all of it, no, that was always crazy.
Wow, typos are a quality tonight. Look,
Hey,
I said it wrong too. We're all messed up right now. I don't know if we all had too much espresso. Maybe we all need some muffins. Okay,
apparently.
apparently. But yeah, no, so Guardians was great. He had help with that though. I've heard numerous times that he didn't even like write it or he had help writing it. I don't know. I've never really looked into it, but Guardians was great. I loved Guardians. All of the movies were all right. The second one was not as good, and Kurt Russell was definitely wasted because he's a fantastic actor and they could have done so much better with him. But the third one was better than the second one, and the first was great. If we would have got like a one and done thing with Guardians, it would have just stayed like, hey, that's a great movie. It's rewatchable.
Oh yeah.
One. Now, if that was his last movie that he did, and then I see them bringing him on, that would make sense. Like, you just had this banger of a movie. Everybody loves it. It's so good. Like, let's see what you can do over here. But he had the two that did not do well. And then he did the Suicide Squad 2, which was fine. It wasn't like great, but it wasn't like terrible, especially if you compare it to Supergirl and Superman, like definitely better, I think.
Oh, I disagree to a certain extent. I think that Superman might actually be better because I was not a big fan of that movie. I think that they're both mid. I think
Yeah,
that they're both
fair.
in that middling range. It's not like one is an 8 or a 9 and then another is like a 4 or a 5. Um, but I think my hesitation with the second Suicide Squad movie is just that it didn't feel very special. Again, it felt like more of the same that we've already seen. And sure, I get it, right? Superman stories, they all follow the same general structure. It's not like they're all totally different, or at least the ones that we've seen on the big screen. Yeah, I don't know. I think also the acting was way better in Superman.
Yeah, I like the actors a lot. Did you see what Rachel Brosnahan, I'm sure you did, what she wore on the red carpet for Supergirl? Like she blew Millie
Oh,
out of the water. I mean, she could wear,
Phew.
let's be fair. Rachel's a pretty woman and she has great assets, so she could have showed up in sweatpants and still blew Millie out of the water.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she was like, she understood the assignment. Okay. And there
Mhm.
was a video where someone like asked about her dress, like being does it have anything to do with Supergirl? And she's like, I think there's like some purple in it or something. Like it's just I'm gonna see if I had something saved for the chat will enjoy this one. It's and Millie's outfit was just very weird. It's I don't understand it. You think it like okay, you look at Rachel's outfit and then you see what Sydney Sweeney wore for Madam Web. Not a good movie, but Sydney Sweeney's
Those red carpet
dress.
looks were crazy for Madam Web. I mean, the movie was dog shit, but their outfits were phenomenal.
This is what Rachel wore.
And then you see something like this and you're like, wow, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. And then in the fucking movie, they got her in vests and loafers and in work trousers. Absolutely drives me bonkers. Again, it's like Sydney Sweeney and Madam
In Madam
Web.
Web. Yeah.
You tone them down so much, and I do think that she looked good in her suit for the 30 seconds that she was actually in it in that movie. But you have all of this potential, and then you throw all of that potential away. But we don't want to appeal to the male gaze. Yeah, well,
Do you want to make money or not?
right, clearly appealing to the male gaze isn't really working for you.
I can't believe why would they dress up for men in a male dominated like area? It's not like men buy comic books. We're the target
Right.
audience for that. We grew up buying comic books, not, our brothers or cousins or anything. It's
Yeah.
so stupid. And you know what I would really like to see because I was actually very optimistic when the casting happened. Didn't know David Cornsweet at all, but I'm like, he's got the look. He's got the Clark Kent and the Superman look, and he's handsome. I'm like, that's
Mhm.
good enough. He can, and he's not a bad actor either. I actually like all of the cast. Well, we'll say the top three: Lex, Lois, and Clark. I liked all of them. Like, and how they were during like promotion. They were funny. They did a good job with it. And I think that Rachel Brosnahan has the look and the personality and the acting chops to portray a great Lois Lane. Um,
Yes.
but she was like a little like she had the personality a bit in the movie. I'll give them that. Like there was parts that were kind of annoying, but it's like Lois is kind of like that. She's very like straightforward and kind of, if you would think of it that way, a little more like on the feminist side, right? But they dimmed it down. Same thing with I can't remember the guy's name who played Lex. They should have. I like
Oh,
him.
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he has the ability to portray a good Lex, but the writing was not. It was weak. They didn't write Lex properly. But like look wise, this is what I would like to see for Lois. Put her in the purple suit from the animated series. Make a callback to the 90s animated series. Give her nice like skirt suit that's like it's still very professional, but it's like hot. I want to see her in that. Like, give us hot Lois. It's okay. It's really okay. You can do that.
I mean, I would agree. You're absolutely cooking, but we know that that would never freaking happen now.
No, it wouldn't. But
Which is
if they
very
did
sad.
that, it is. If they did that, if they stop being so just, I don't know what word you want to use. Like, are they that stubborn that people like us, they don't want to make content that we're going to like? But it's like, if you do that, you're going to make so much money and it's going to flip the tides, right? The tides are going to
Yeah.
turn if you like listen to the criticism, and it's not like you're bending the knee. You're listening to actual critiques from people that are going to be giving you the money. Change it up a little bit, make the writing better, change the way that they're dressed and stuff. Make it like, I think paying homage to like I said, like the 90s cartoon and stuff, people would love that. If there was like an opening scene with her walking out in a purple suit, people would love that. Because that's one of the suits that she wore in the animated series. And people would like that, but they don't want to listen.
No, they don't want to listen. They genuinely thought, and we've seen this with Hollywood and also the video game industry. They really genuinely thought that if they forced all of these narratives down our throats, and they did a complete 180, that by this point we would have just shut up and consumed the content and we would have been okay with it, and these narratives and these angles would be normalized, but they're not normalized, and so they continue to go on the attack because they want, we'll just say for argument's sake, normies to say, oh my god, well, that part of the fandom and that part of the fan base is toxic and they're terrible people, even though when a movie is bad, it's not some targeted campaign, it's not some massive harassment campaign, it's just people criticizing and saying that something is bad. And I do agree with you, if they brought back the male gaze, if they brought back the eye candy, if they tried to tell the stories that their existing fan base and they wanted to make that money, that those are the things that they would do, because it would end up being much more successful for them, is to, I know it's a crazy idea, but make content for the people that want to consume that content. But they're appealing to this fictitious modern audience who doesn't show up to watch these movies and play these games. And hey, they can make whatever movie they want. And if they want to keep losing billions of dollars, you go for it. I'm perfectly fine with you doing that. Of course, part of me is sad because, you know, how often do we get Supergirl movies? There are ways to make a really good Supergirl movie, and I would like a good Supergirl movie, but you decided to play a stupid game and you're going to win a stupid prize. But, you know, I also think, like I mentioned before, the source material that they're going with, and this is, in this case, Tom King's work, it's just not good. It's mid-source material. Even if they had followed it 100%, it was still not a great story. Now, the thing that I think is a major L, even the narrative aside, is also the visual style. This movie had nothing good going for it visually, and Woman of Tomorrow is very bright and colorful, and I do think it looks a little gay. It looks a little special at times. It's very bright and colorful, but there's nothing even memorable about this movie, from the acting to the writing to the villains or the cameos or the visuals. I guess that's not entirely true, because this movie had memorable music for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
The music was fucking horrendous.
Was it all like Blondie and Joan Jett, stuff like that?
Not even that good.
Really?
Arnar. Arnar.
And you know what? That is disappointing too, because the one thing that James Gunn did pretty well, that I would give to him, at least in his older films, like Guardians, was that he would make a good soundtrack. Like, I have the vinyl of like the first Guardians movie, and it's a banger. I love listening to it. It's got a nice mix. But now it's like, it feels like he just throws random songs that he thinks are gonna, like, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't even him. Maybe it was somebody else, and that's why now it sucks, because he had someone else helping him with the music on Guardians. So what songs? They don't even have Blondie. There's not Call Me, not even one.
I'll see if I can find the list, but it's all so fucking garbage. Like, let's see how many of these you know. Wolf Alice, Ella Fitzgerald. You know Halsey.
I know who she is.
Yeah.
Halsey, yeah.
You've got Wet Leg, Rilo Kiley. No, it's all fucking trash. The only song that was memorable was in like the final needle drop, and that was a cover of The Middle. And it was like the worst. Yeah, it was like the worst cover in the history of covers. Here, let me see if I can find. because I want to see if I can find the actual, not that the scene will be up unless somebody actually took a cam of it, but
Someone
the
actually
the
took the time.
version and the cover.
Was it a girl? Was
Um,
it a female cover?
yeah, yeah, it
Damn.
was.
I'm shocked. What?
Actually, I did find it on X very, very easily. It's not the visuals were just visuals in that link from the trailer, so that's not the actual scene, but it plays in the middle of a slow-mo woman power scene. It was horrendous.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Make it stop. Why'd you send me that? Will we get hit if I pull it up on stream? I don't know if this chat wants to hear it. They might leave.
I mean, I'd leave. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you
with
know
them.
what? I'm gonna copy it and put it in chat just for you guys if you want to hear this.
It's just
It's like that. What kind of music is that? It's like I don't even know
cringe girl
what.
boss slop.
Yeah, like no, is it fast paced? Okay, we don't need a slow, sensitive version of the middle.
Well, right.
Excuse
And they
me?
do that because, and I have seen, oh my God, I have seen some of the feminists at like the Mary Sue coping over this being like, you guys are just too brain dead to understand the artistry. Ruthie, which is like the young character who's tagging along with Supergirl the whole time, is standing in the middle and watching Supergirl save everybody. And this is her point of view, that this is a woman who is telling her it's all gonna be okay. If that is top tier entertainment, I'm sorry, are we fucking 3 years old watching a movie for the first time? It's so bad. Oh my God, the coping is off the charts with this film.
They're mad because they're like, listen, I want to be a mess in peace and I want society to accept it. I'm not going to accept the way you are if you got your life together, but you need to accept the way that my life is. It's not together. I want to idolize a mess, not
It's
a hero,
true.
because they're lame and gay.
And with that song, I think it was no, maybe it wasn't James Gunn. Somebody that was a part of the project, like maybe it was like the music designer or something, said that they had like 40 different songs that they were debating for that final moment, and that's the one they landed on. Buddy, do you have two ears that work? That was your choice out of 40? You are telling me that's the best choice out of 40? Oh my
By the
God,
way-
it's askance.
By the way, I think that Ian should have been the one to sing the end because that sounds way better than what I just listened to.
Yeah. Well, to be
Yeah.
fair, it wouldn't take much for something to sound better than that.
Fair. Okay, well, moving forward to something positive, I want your thoughts on this. I actually made a little video on this on my second channel. Make sure you subscribe and watch all the videos. Thanks.
Whoa, positive. Do you know who I am?
You hate everything and you don't even play games. I know.
That's true.
So Obsession, and this isn't the current, you know, the way they did it is like with the current like pricing and stuff, and I don't care. There's people that are
With
being like
inflation?
negative with inflation. Yeah, I guess there's people being like negative about it, but it's like in 50 years there has not been a horror film that has done this. So Obsession gets props no matter what. I personally like. Okay, I'm not saying Exorcist is a bad movie. It's not. It's a cult classic for a reason. I've seen it once, maybe twice. I think once because it's one of those movies where it's like I know the story now. It's
Right.
good. But it's good. Like I understand it is properly scary. Okay, it scared the crap out of me. But I like Obsession more. That's more of my kind of horror movie versus The Exorcist. It's kind of like apples and oranges though, right? Because Obsession is completely different. Even though people thought that it was a possession movie, but it's not. I thought that even leaving the theater, but until the director said no, it was just the wish making her that way. Because you know when he makes the phone call and like, you want to talk to her and she's screaming, that right there I'm like, oh my gosh, the devil's on the phone and he's got her, you know what I mean? Like I thought it was like that, but it wasn't. So I think they're very different movies, I guess. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Obsession deserves to dethrone The Exorcist, or you think this is like crazy?
I mean, I think that it's tough, right? Because you are correct. They're very different movies. Not all horror movies are the same, just like not all comedies are the same, not all thrillers are the same. The Exorcist is a classic and for a reason. I think
Mhm.
that it is obviously a movie everybody should watch at least once because it is really good. But yeah, Obsession it's quite different. I think that Obsession is really good as well. I did definitely enjoy it, and I will be rewatching it when it goes digital. I think it went digital today, right? Or does it
Yes,
go
it
digital
is.
tomorrow?
I
Okay.
think it was the no wait, I think it was the 29th.
Oh, okay.
So a
But
couple days ago. Yeah.
regardless, I will, be rewatching it digital. But it was a fun movie, and I think what was so fun about it is that nobody was expecting it to do what it has done. And so a lot of people just heard from word of mouth, "Oh, there's this movie that's getting a lot of attention in theaters. I thought it was really good. Go and watch it." And so it honestly felt like it came as such a surprise to a lot of people because with, let's say, the latest Avengers movie, you get so much of the story just by the teasers and trailers, and that didn't really happen with Obsession. I do think, though, for me personally, while I like Obsession, there are still other lower budget horror movies that have released over the past decade or even, 2 decades, that have been really good. And the one that comes to the top of my mind that was a lower budget film that sort of came out of nowhere was It Follows. I really liked that
I still have to
film.
watch that.
You're going to like it, I think. And they're going to be making the sequel. I think that it releases in 2027, I want to say, but like It Follows. It had a lower budget, it had a limited amount of sets and actors, and that was really good. I'd love for that to have more recognition. Now I think that there is more of like a sort of cult following surrounding it just because it was so popular that they made a sequel. But with Obsession, it just goes to show how we do not constantly need the large companies and creatives in the industry to constantly be feeding us the same old tired stories and reducing and reusing and recycling. And Obsession, I had told you about the Twilight Zone episode,
Yeah,
The
I watched
Chaser.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, it's not like Obsession is a completely unique story, but
Mm-mm.
obviously it has elements that are unique, that are special. You don't quite know what to expect, and it just does a really good job at the pacing and keeping you interested and entertained the entire time.
Yeah. No, I think so too. And I think props are just deserve to be given. Like I know right now we're kind of we're in a place where we're hungry for good content, good movies. And I like that for me personally, I love this kind of movie. It's kind of like a psychological thriller, but there was a little bit of whether he meant for there to be some humor in this or not, it did make me laugh a couple times because it's so, outrageous. And people love yandere stories. And this was an American version live action, right? Because usually that's an anime.
Hmm.
And it did a really good job, and she deserves props. Her physical acting was great. I mean, we
Yes.
we constantly complain about bad stuff, so I feel like nitpicking at stuff that's actually good is just like not the way to go, personally for me. And this I liked that it subverted my like expectations. Like every time I'm like, okay, so this is what I think is going to happen, and every single time I was not correct, and I like that because that means that I can't guess what's going to happen. And this movie did that for me. Like in the beginning, I'm like, she was crazy from the get go. She killed his cat. That was my first thought because like they focused
Hmm.
on it so much, but then after you see the ending, you realize why they focused on that so much to show that Bear was like one irresponsible because he left that stuff where his cat could get it, and two, that's how he goes, right? So it's I like that. It's interesting, and you're right. Like it's not a new take at all, but I like that these filmmakers are trying. So I think they absolutely
Yeah.
deserve props. And I think what people don't understand about the Exorcist and Obsession thing is this is an indie movie.
Right.
And even coming close to something like that is absolutely like insane that this
Hmm.
movie made this much. And yeah. So the fact that they did that I'm still putting it above. I like Obsession more than The Exorcist. It's a classic for a reason, totally get it. But the type of horror movies I like, I will watch Obsession again. There's also parts that you might miss that you see like little like things they throw in there that you might not catch. Like Disparu brought this up, and I didn't even catch this when he's in the car with Sarah, and he's like talked about having sleeping pills in his pocket. Like why that means that he gave them
Right.
to her, and I didn't even catch that, like, when I was watching it. There's little things like
Yeah.
that, so I'm excited to watch it again. I really enjoyed it. It's nice to get kind of fresh takes, even though again this has been done. I enjoyed it, and I think real quick, where did it go? Did I accidentally unstar it? Okay, Hokies asked how would an oh here we go. How would Obsession be for a non-horror fan? So Disparu hates horror movies and he really enjoyed this. So that's it there. And you know Disparu is pretty critical on stuff, right? It's definitely horror, but it's something that you could stomach if you don't really like horror. Because it's not,
Right.
I mean, there's definitely some gore in it, but it's not, you guys know I don't like gratuitous gore unless it comes like it actually
It's
adds to the
not
story.
Saw, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not Saw and it's not um Terrifier, which you guys know my take on that one. We don't need to get into that. So yeah, I think that it was worthy of it, right?
Yeah,
It
definitely.
was I really enjoyed it.
I think it's a good film that shows how much can be done with so little. Not every movie needs a $400 million freaking budget to be a massive success, and
No.
sometimes creativity. Well, I guess I don't want to say sometimes. There are many times where creativity can beat out a large corpo slot fest, and the fact that, Obsession was absolutely bashing Mango and Grok over the head was also phenomenal to see, in Backrooms as well.
Yeah. Yeah, same. And before we like completely switch from Obsession, this I definitely like I'm not angry about people that think The Exorcist is better. I don't care at all. Like it's fine. The Exorcist is a good movie, but just personally, I have my preferences. I liked this movie a little bit more. I definitely liked it more than Sinners. So
Yeah.
I think that it's surpassing Sinners to become the highest grossing live action original film of the 2020s. Absolutely. This story was so much better because Sinners was all over the place. Like Sinners had the bones to be a fantastic movie and it wasn't bad. I just wasn't like, "Oh my gosh," like flipping out over it because I thought it was two different stories kind of shoved into one and I was like, I think making like just sticking to one thing might have been better. I don't know. I think we
Yeah.
definitely already talked about our grievances with Sinners, but this is
Mhm.
absolutely maybe it's not, warranted with The Exorcist because yes, that is a classic. I respect it, but it definitely was definitely better than Sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sinners was very mid,
Yes.
very overhyped, and
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't, again, like, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. I guess it had some really good actors in it, but we don't need to get into it. Sinners is mid.
It
It's
was
just
kind of
that
like
simple.
it was like From Dusk Till Dawn, but Dusk Till Dawn was better. So
Yeah.
and while we're on the topic of these like, indie movies, I liked The Backrooms was good. I really enjoyed it. I pay attention to the lore, like I'm into it. I liked Obsession more though. And The Backrooms, I think this is smart. A new cut titled Backrooms Everything Must Go edition includes 15 minutes of bonus footage and a theatrically exclusive post-credit sequence from director Kane Parsons. That's nice. It's like he listened and heard people say like, "Hey, I liked it, but like my problem was that I wanted more." I've seen that with a lot of people because people, especially if you didn't pay attention to the lore and everything, right? If you don't know, you're like, what is it? Like? It's very confusing. I totally get that. So I'm glad that they're doing this, and I'm excited. Whether you like, my stance on this is whether you like it or not. Be happy that indie creators and are coming up and they're making content
Yeah.
because Hollywood sucks right now. So we need some fresh talent. Same thing with Obsession.
Well, that's how I feel about, Backrooms is I'm not somebody who knows all of the lore. I'm not somebody who ever followed it closely, so I don't know every little detail. And I watched it. I was like, okay, that's fine. Obviously, yes, I liked Obsession way more just because that's a singular, completely told story. But
Mhm.
with Backrooms, I can still completely love the fact that it was made for fans and it was appealing to fans, and I'm really happy that fans got something that they are praising and loving. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's. I really like Five Nights at Freddy's. I thought that the FNAF movies were really good. And then you have the media complaining that it leaned too heavily into fan service. Like, I will never get that. It's fine. If you're not the biggest fan of something, as long as fans like it, that's what matters. And so I'm not sitting here like Backrooms wasn't specifically catered to a normie loser like me who doesn't know everything. Why would I do that?
Journal mode.
Yeah.
Release the journal mode, the journal
I
cut.
need all of the exposition and the 15 minutes of story up front to know what's happening.
Oh yeah, that was a famous moment for me playing. I just got annoyed. I wasn't even scared anymore. I'm like, go away, Chica. Like I was just like, stop it.
Yeah.
I think what made it even funnier is that I was dressed like Tiffany. It was Halloween and I was Tiffany right to Chucky. Like, go away, Chica. Oh my gosh. And then real quick before we switch off of Backrooms, the terrifying CGI creature from Backrooms was actually a person. It was a person. Like they CGI'd some of it, but like there's actually someone that was like that height and like crazy.
Looks like a freaking White Walker.
He does. He does. And yes, there is a Backrooms video game. It started as it started on a post on like 4chan or Reddit, something like that.
And the image had blown up and it got reposted and it took like years for people to figure out where the image came from.
Yeah. Yeah, and then games started getting made. Like that's crazy to me. Imagine just like looking at a wall and being like, I'm just gonna post this online, and then bam, like so much money is made, so much content is made over it, insane. But
creepypastas. There's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. They don't have anything to do with the movie. I had to play I played the Backrooms games a little bit. I've heard they're more fun with multiple people. I only played with one other person, and I think I might enjoy it more if there's more people. Because it takes like you get lost. It takes forever to figure it out. And it's the Backrooms. That's how it works. Chris Nicholson, thanks for being a member for 12 months, 1 year. Warner Brothers appealing to the male gaze. Yeah.
Yup.
That's
true.
It's very true.
It's not making them money though.
It sure is not. Cajun Corey, thank you for the 5. I was going to tell a time traveling joke, but you ladies didn't like it.
That's not even funny, Corey. Come on, man.
That's how Corey sounds. I'm just kidding. This is something that Vara and I are both very interested in. I don't think it's going to happen unless a fan makes it, but I would play this. Resident Evil 2 director jokingly pitched an idea for a cozy game starring Leon Kennedy. It would follow him as he goes fishing in the countryside and invites old buddies over for a barbecue. That would be wild to see. Like, he's not suplexing old ladies. He's not, just in complete terror. Well, actually, he's not in terror anymore. He's over it. He gets bit and he's just like, by the time 9 hits, he's
God,
like, I'm
what
over
an
it.
inconvenience.
Yeah, seriously.
It reminds me a lot of the rumor that was going around like 2 weeks ago that a team within Bungie wanted to make a Destiny dating simulator. Now, it is very different because obviously Leon is like an established character that people have known and loved for decades. Like people will buy merchandise of his instead of having 2 random aliens leaning each other over tables and, having a go at one another. Kind of different situation, but with a character like Leon, they could do anything with Leon and people would show up and would buy that game, especially a wholesome one like this that would be seen as, more of a joke. But the problem with Bungie is that there's a lot of queers that would take it far too seriously and actually thought that would make them money. Something like this, Capcom would literally be like, yep, we're just going to lose money on this. We don't expect anything to come from that.
Yeah, I'm not saying I 100% want this. Like, oh, please go forward with it.
It's a funny idea.
It's a funny idea.
We need a Stardew Valley mod with Leon.
Yeah, there we go. That works for me. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. I sent it as soon as I seen it. I sent it to Vara, and she's like, yeah. Anyways, back to another game. I actually just saw this. I don't know. See, the thing is, I can't keep up sometimes with Vara's video. So sometimes I pull up stuff and I'm like, did you see this? And she's got a whole like 15-minute video on it. And I'm like, oh, so you did. Have you seen this yet? Have you made a video on this yet?
So I have not made a video on this yet.
Okay. So Rockstar Games has been accused by GTA 6 developers of pay inequity, crunch, and weaponizing bonuses. Employees claim some staff are woefully underpaid despite the studio's massive success. I mean, this doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
These bigger studios, which this goes in real quick, a side note, I don't think when they switch everything to digital, which we are going to get into, don't worry. When everything switches, I don't think that they're going to lower the price for games.
What do you mean?
Like there was talks, right? Like, oh, when like probably years ago, when things get moved to digital, the price of games will
Yeah,
go down because there's no physical copy. I'm like, yes. Anybody that believes that, bless your heart.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
that's
happening.
definitely
You're telling
that's
me
definitely
that
not gonna happen.
a huge company like Rockstar or no, well, PlayStation, whatever, like PlayStation, sorry, is going to lower the price for their games? Nah, not happening.
So the thing with this Rockstar story, right, is first of all, a decade ago, Rockstar went through massive changes in their offices because they were accused of having a frat boy culture and not having diverse enough teams and all of that, which led to major changes within this studio. But now we've gotten to the point where this studio is so big that everyone wants everything out of them that they can get. So this report that is circulating, they a lot of the outlets like the Kotakus that are talking about it aren't mentioning the fact that they were accused by developers who got fired like 2 years ago.
Oh,
So
so this
these
is
are
old
people,
news?
right? So these are people that have basically had a vendetta against
Mm,
Rockstar. And so it comes across as just fired employees getting mad. Now they claim that they were union busted, that they got fired because they wanted to form a union and they wanted to stand for their rights as workers and all that. And sure, I'm not sitting here and saying that that isn't the case. We don't have all of the details, but over the years, there have been many different groups that have sort of risen up at Rockstar that have said, oh, we want all these different things. Rockstar generally doesn't fire them. There was only one case where people said, oh, we want more, and then they got fired around the same time, but it was never confirmed that that was obviously the reason why. And so it just sounds like people who work there who are angry at Rockstar because they didn't get to keep their job, they're obviously not going to have a job going forward and they wanted more.
yeah. It's like it
So,
reminds me
yeah.
of the art director for Obsession that came out crying because she wasn't made enough after she signed a contract. Like these people, you you come on these jobs, you know what you're going to get paid. Whether you sign contracts or not, you know what you're getting paid. So if something you work on makes more money than you thought it was going to make, don't start crying because now you're going to have a hard time finding a job if you quit or get fired from
Mhm.
this place. It's just stupid. Like, oh no, you got
Yeah.
to do your job, cry about it. Stop being lazy.
Yeah,
Not to like
definitely.
stick up for Rockstar or anything, but really just that's just how it is. And since we are talking about Rockstar, I think it's a good enough time to bring up what's going on with PlayStation.
Mhm.
So we all saw this coming, absolutely. PlayStation is ending production of physical game discs for all new games starting January 2028. From that date, new games will be available in digital formats only. And on their blog, they mentioned that it'll still be available at stores and everything, but it's like, who's going to go to a store? Like right now, for my Switch 2, I just download stuff. I'm not going to go to a store, right? Because they said, what's it called? The keys?
The game key
Game key
cards.
cards. Like, I'm like, to be fair, I could still get a case, right? So if I loved a game case, but it's like, I don't know. Even with that, I'm like, I'm just going to get digital on that because, to be fair, also Switch doesn't really, there's still not a lot of games out
So
yet.
the thing with a game key card is that even though you put the key card into your console and it has to download it completely from the internet, you can still sell it. You
Yeah.
still have the
Yeah.
physical item, and so I get it, right? Like I never sell my games anyway. I never trade
Mhm.
my games in. I don't let anyone borrow my games because who do I know? Friends, what are those? But yeah, I
Wow,
mean,
thanks.
buying physical Switch games still has a point. There's still a point to it. But yeah, I mean, we knew that every single company was going to barrel forward towards this all digital future. It becomes much easier for them to pump out games and sell games, and they don't have to worry about uh, shipping costs and storage costs and production costs. And it becomes so much easier for them to just get a product on the market as quickly as possible. And no company wants to deal with physical goods anymore, which, of course, to me is very sad because I still go out of my way to purchase physical whenever I can. But yeah, I mean, the PlayStation 6 is going to be digital only.
Mm.
We are hearing the report circulating today that Helix, which is the hybrid console Xbox is next doing, is they're considering only going digital for that as well. And so, yeah, I mean, I get why so many people are upset about this and why they are going to be revolting. I've seen a lot of people already posting today that like they're canceling their PlayStation Plus subscriptions. They are hoping that that is going to get Sony to listen to them. And I love to be optimistic. I do. The problem that we face, right, is that Sony, just like Microsoft and Nintendo, they don't like to listen unless they have literally no other choice, unless they absolutely have to.
Yes. And them saying now, maybe I missed this part where there's some kind of section of the internet where people are asking for digital because I don't see an uproar for that because one, if you could just get it on digital if you want, and it doesn't mean that you have to ask for them to remove physical copies. But they said that in their article, whatever their post that they made on the PlayStation blog, that people are asking for that, and all I see are people complaining, and it's rightfully so. I'm not saying I disagree. I agree with them
Mhm.
complaining about the physical copies being removed because see I get a lot of the newer games anyways. I'll get the newer games if they're on PC. I'm going to get it on Steam because I enjoy playing more on PC. It's better, right? But if an example, Resident Evil 9, I got that on Steam and it was sent to me, the like awesome cover from the UK. But if it didn't have that, I would have found there was that other one that we saw that I was gonna get because I like the game. So I'm like, I'm gonna get a physical copy of that. Me personally, I only want physical copies of games that I really like, especially like newer ones. But like people who don't have PC and only have PlayStation, they love the physical copies. They like to display their copies and they like the artwork. Like think of Expedition 33. I use that as an example because that was a beautiful game. Cover's beautiful. I know people that bought the collector's edition, right? They've slowly been weaning out like collector's editions of stuff and now they're just completely getting rid of physical. And I feel bad for collectors. They love that stuff. And think of like games now, like we collect games from the 80s and 90s, right? That's, retro now and it's making a comeback. 20 years from now, if say after 2028, a great PlayStation game comes out, in 20 years, no physical copy of that. You just find it on digital, no beautiful artwork to look at. That's sad. It's the end of an era.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is very sad. You know, me personally, I always buy physical if I can. I mean, there's been very very few times where something is purchased on console, but I don't get a physical version. I think that the only times that over the past couple of years are like Ghost of Tsushima, because when that came out, there were no physical versions anywhere. I eventually got a physical version of that, but I ended up buying that digital. There was like once or twice where I had to, or like I couldn't get the physical version on release day. But besides that, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to buy something on console, I'm going to buy physical.
Yeah.
And yeah, PC is very different because obviously there haven't been like physical editions for PC games in a long time, unless you're buying like a very special collector's edition that like a limited run games is selling because sometimes they'll still. But regardless, Yeah, I mean, it is very sad, and people have had these expectations that if I have a console, I can buy physical, and now they're like, nope, that's not the case. And we knew that this was most likely going to happen at some point. It just seems that their plans were pushed forward much faster than a lot of people expected. But the big reason why is because Sony had shipped 70 million game discs in fiscal year 25, but made less than $1 billion from those sales. And Sony sold 248 million digital games in fiscal year 2025 and made $7 billion from sales. So that's obviously a massive difference in the amount of games sold and a massive amount of difference in the money made. I think for me, a very big problem with this as well, though, is backwards compatibility. Yes, I get the argument that, oh well, what does it matter if I can't play a PS4 or PS5 game on a PlayStation 6 because I already own the PS4 or the PS5? But the point is that that has always been a very, big selling point, because the PlayStation 6 is, going to be a digital only console, and there's going to be no physical drive on the PS6. That means that there's going to be no PS4 and PS5, games that are going to be physical games, I should specify, that are going to be usable on the PS6, even though, the system can play those. But yeah, PS4 and PS5 physicals are going to be useless with this driveless PS6. So you're going to have to now own the other consoles as well.
Yes, and people don't like that. And this is a good point that Charlie makes. Digital fans will revolt when their games get edited or removed, and that's going to be a very big thing. That's going to happen, and that's a good point that I didn't even think about that you made. You won't be able to play your PS5 games on the 6. I think the 6 sales are going to be way down. I mean, look at the Switch 2, right?
Well, I think that was going to happen regardless because of the cost.
How much do you think it's going to be nuts?
So we don't know how much it's going to be. According to the reports that have been releasing over the past week, several, I guess I don't want to say several months, like almost a year ago now, when they had been piecing it together, it costs like $750 to build costs. Now it's $1,000. Meaning if they initially hoped to sell the console at, let's say, $799, well, now it's going to be significantly more. The sources and the analysts that have been talking about it have been saying that it could be a $1,400 console, which is so expensive. But again, as we know, with the prices of everything right now, PCs cost a hell of a lot of money to build as well. People have been talking about PC master race, PCs winning, the game race. And look, I love my PC. I use my PC all the time. I have a very good PC because that's a big way that I personally play video games. But I don't see a way that the PC sort of wins with the prices of PC hardware. I mean, even if a console is $1,200 or a console is $1,300, well, it's still going to be significantly cheaper than a PC when an SSD is $800 or $900. Like, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but my secondary SSD in my computer died. And I had bought this computer last year, and when I had bought it, the SSD was only a couple $100, but now that SSD has doubled in value. Never mind when you're getting into RAM and you're getting into graphics cards and you actually put all of the pieces together, like replacing this SSD because of price increases. Initially, they wanted a $430 temporary hold on my credit card for it until they shipped me the new one, and I shipped them the old one back. Now it's like $770.
Oof.
Yeah, that's for one part.
I remember when I built my first PC, it was like a little over $1,000, and that thing lasted me a while. It was great. This one that I have now was worth more, like definitely more. Like I'm still paying off the credit for this. I built this like 2 years ago, but I got credit just to do this. I'm like, I'm going all out because of that. And it's going to last me like 10 years. May have to replace little parts here and there. it is a good investment, but I am so glad that I did this a couple of years ago because trying to build this now, woo,
Yeah.
it was pricey 2 years ago. Like I said, I'm still paying it off on credit, totally fine, worth it. But now I might not even have been able to get enough credit to pay for it.
Yeah, it's tough because I do get why people talk about PC so positively. I love the PC. Everybody loves a good old PC, but it's just so expensive. And so people saying, "Oh, I'm going to move away from console now to go to PC." It's not going to be
That could be cheaper.
right, it's not going to be an easy sort of task and move for everybody to do.
It's true, especially when you're like me. I made the move to PC. I still play with the consoles though. Like I just like gaming, but when I started playing mostly PC, it was probably like I want to say like 8 years ago,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit more, 8 to 10 years ago, because I had friends that could build PCs and they showed me and helped me, and I was like, "This is great." And I remember I played Tomb Raider, and I was like, "This looks fantastic.
This is
What?
amazing.
This is amazing. This is a whole new world for me." But like at the time, I still had like my room. I had the PC, and then I had my PS3 because I've said this before. I'm always behind. Besides, right now, I got a Switch 2 and I got a PS5. Besides this moment in my life, I've always been like a year behind on stuff. Like my
Yeah.
mom got me the PS2 when the PS3 was released,
Mhm.
and then she got me a PS3 when the PS4 was released. Not mad. I loved it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to consume my games totally fine. But yeah, so and Nintendo. I may not always. I don't think I'm always going to support Sony. Like I don't see myself buying a 6. I don't know when it's going to come out, what games are going to be for it. But Nintendo is one that I will continue to get because I like Nintendo games, and that's like you can't really unless you get an emulator, you can't get those games on Steam.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And also, I see chat mentioning it, and it is a good point. A PC is an investment, a console's
Mhm.
limited, and that is true, right?
Yeah.
You can do, depending on your job, obviously, but some people can do their job from the PC. You can check emails, you can browse the web, you can research, you can do so many things with it. But in the context of, being a gamer, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you are just buying a PC, maybe to scroll the web a little bit and play games, it's a lot of money to just get into one day. But
It
yeah,
is.
it obviously is more of like a longer term investment, especially if you become comfortable with a PC and then you can replace parts and you can upgrade parts and things like that. So
Yeah.
true, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worth the investment. Like if you don't have the money and you can take out some credit to get it, and especially if you use it for work, like me, I get so much use out of the PC, which is why like if I wasn't a creator and I didn't stream games and play games as much as I do, I probably wouldn't have taken out credit to build a new PC, but it was absolutely worth it because my other one was kind of on its last leg. I still have it though. Those parts probably worth something now because well, like
Ship me the
everything.
RAM,
Yeah,
sweetheart. Oh man, you have this junk. I'll take it off your hands.
Oh yeah. So yeah, let's get some supers, guys. Like summing it up, we're not happy about this physical media, and I'm so sorry to everyone that's really sad about it. I'm upset about it, but I've kind of already made the move over to PC, and there's only certain games that I want to get on physical. And let's like the I don't know how good games are gonna be, right? I loved Resident
That's
Evil
also
9.
another problem
like-
entirely is like the narratives that are constantly shoved into games and the
Yeah.
lacking quality in video games makes it so I don't want to spend $80 to $100 on a version of a game and then also have to spend $1,400 on the console to play this garbage game. So that's another conversation entirely is like the
Yes.
actual content that you are consuming via this hardware.
Well, you get it done, Ian. That's all that matters, right? It works. It works.
I guess that's all that counts.
That's all that counts. Yeah, but that's you're right. That's a whole nother conversation. Like, do we care? Because is there going to be some just epic, fantastic game that's going to come out within the next 5 or 10 years that we need to have a physical copy of? Maybe not. I would say it leans more to possibly not, but who knows? We got Expedition 33. That was great.
Yeah. There are
Resident
still
Evil
some
9,
amazing games
yeah.
that release every single year. It's not all doom and gloom. I mean, I know that I play a lot of garbage on this channel, but every year I play triple the amount of positive games than
Yeah.
I do negative or really bad games. So there are still amazing experiences that release, but the trash has become so much more common, which is
It's
the
louder.
issue. Yeah,
It's louder too, but that's the one thing we always, guys, you better be nice to Vera because she plays slop.
I do play
So that
slop.
you guys don't have to. She's the epitome of
It's
that. Like, I
true.
played this so you don't have to. You know how much
Mhm.
money she's probably saved you, people? Be nice to her.
Ah,
Be
I
nice
spent
to
so much
her.
money. It's not
Um,
fun.
Jay made it out of the woods. Welcome back.
Wow, you survived.
And I'm shocked
Congrats.
nobody made that meme. So you didn't miss much. We talked about PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm shocked. Yeah. Let's get a couple supers. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. Just don't get blood on the steaks. You shake your head, Ian.
Ian.
Thank you for another 50 pounds. That previous super chat was supposed to depict Leon at the barbecue. I realize that it seems unhinged and threatening out of context. I knew what you meant.
I think Wicked didn't read the second one. I had seen them as they came in, so I read them, so I knew the context. But then she's looking like,
I figured it
Ian?
had something to do with Leon, but I'm like, this is Ian, so he could have just like, I could have missed the entire conversation in chat that he had with like
Yeah.
Kurtz. It all makes sense. He's not crazy, chat. Don't worry, you're safe.
Well, I think that's definitely debatable, but it's okay.
Is Jay in Mexico? He might be. You might need to go save him, Ian. Mike, thank you for the 10. Finally started playing Stellar Blade, which I own physically. Hope the second one gets a physical copy. Resident Evil Veronica will likely be the last RE game to get a physical copy, also, which I also plan to buy. Same. I'm gonna play it obviously on PC most likely, but I will buy a physical copy of that because I love the Resident Evil games. And I'm sure the cover is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
JV's like, nah, he's still crazy. Jose, thank you for the 199. Digital sales dominate worldwide except in Japan. So
Mhm.
those people are going to be very upset, the Japanese, because if they mostly buy physical.
Yes, they do.
Oof. Power Keg Greg, thank you for the 10, Greg. Hello, Amanda and Vera. Yeah, Sony can eat bricks. I've looked into studies that show people enjoy physical more, so I want to see where they are getting their stats. One that includes public preference. The thing is, there's no stats. They just want to save money, and they're still going to charge everybody the same price, which is ridiculous. Because I know there are some people that think like, they might lower the price now just because it's digital. No,
That's
no.
so cope.
That is,
It
they're
really
not.
is.
It's like you're trying, and I see what you're doing, and I get it. You're trying to find some kind of positivity out of this, but no, they're still going to charge $80 for GTA, and
yeah. I mean, I understand the hope that is there because initially everybody expected, oh, digital games are going to be cheaper, but when digital now becomes the standard and physical is not the standard, that's the problem, and they can just charge whatever they wanted to charge the same way they could charge, whatever they want for physical, but dynamic pricing is something that Sony has also been testing where for you, your account might sell a game at $25, but if my account goes and buys it, it might sell at $50. And then it depends on the regions and it depends on the product. And that is another big issue entirely that some of these companies have been talking about a little bit more and testing a little bit more. That is definitely very worrying. But yeah, I mean, the hope would always be there that they would be cheaper because they're digital, but that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. We know, like, a company like Sony, they're going to be like, let's give these people a break. No, if anything, they're going to charge us more.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what's going to happen. I'm calling it.
They do love to do that.
They do. They love it. Glitch Hunter, thanks for the 5. Vera's favorite simp has come to grace your chat, Wicked Virtue. Well, welcome in. As long as you're nice to Vera, you're welcome.
That's true.
She plays bad games for us, okay?
I do. I play a lot of bad games, but luckily I always, make sure to balance it out with very good games. Some of the positivity that I'm accused of never putting onto the internet, and I'm not positive about anything. I do love to prove the haters wrong a little bit.
You're more positive than some of the other people that I'm friends with on the internet. Like,
Oh, I can be very positive if you give me a reason to be positive. But when
You
we're
know what would be
talking about fucking
crazy?
Sony, right? What am I supposed to be positive
No.
about? At least Concord shut down after 9 fucking days? Like, at least you're shutting down Bungie? Like, what am I supposed to be positive about?
You know what would freak people out? Positive Vera and Japan Ryan. Like people would lose their minds over that.
We would literally be the Hugh Jackman meme. It would just be the smiles and rainbows.
Jay's moved out of the meme. It's just you and Ryan.
Yeah, right?
Way too positive.
Yeah.
Speaking of positive, I think some fun is needed right now after that down talk about Sony and physical media. Matt Smith just doing Matt Smith things. I think I don't know what this interview is with him dressed like this. I love it.
So there's a podcast that I don't remember her name. I think her name's Brittany something. But she does, it's like called like The King's Court or whatever, where she interviews them. She did one with like Cole Sprouse and Dylan Sprouse, and she usually clearly this YouTuber is a fucking industry plant, because there's no shot that a random YouTuber just magically is getting all of these interviews. It's like interviewing people on red carpets. But it's like, it's supposed to be like, ooh, funny themed, which again, industry plant. I don't find that funny. But sometimes the actors will say something that is comical,
like this,
and like a part of the skit.
Yeah, I like what Matt Smith. I feel like he went off script here a little bit, maybe. I don't know. It was funny.
And then I just think he's the best. He was watching Morbius.
He was watching Morbius on a flight. What do you watch on flights?
Not fucking Morbius. Jesus Christ. My God, he must have really gone through the BA library to be getting to that.
He was drunk.
Yeah. What was he? He was having a moment.
So
like, who would ever choose
Keanu Reeves loves Morbius, apparently. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if he loves it.
Like, why would that ever be your choice? I guess if like you're like, you know what? I've refused to watch this for so long. I'm gonna lock in this entire flight.
Maybe it was just free. It was one of the free movies.
I mean, that might be the only reason to watch Morbius. I think Morbius, though, at this point for me, I hated it at first, but now I kind of like it because it's just so funny because it's so bad.
Yeah, and it's better than Supergirl.
Because it's funnier, yeah.
It's funnier. I mean, it made more money. Even the Marvels made more money, right? And you said you like this a little bit more than the Marvels.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, Keanu decided it's Morbin time. That's right.
I guess so.
But, you know, speaking of Matt Smith, so we won't get into spoilers in case, like, you're watching House of the Dragon, you didn't watch the second episode. We're just going to give our overall thoughts on it. So people were saying that this was the best season or episode so far. Like, I think in season 2, if they're saying this was the best episode of the series, we talked about this earlier. They clearly didn't pay attention to season 1 because that was like from start to finish fantastic. This episode wasn't horrible by any means, but it wasn't like super stand out to me where I'm like, this was fantastic. There were parts of it that annoyed me a little bit because you could see where the writing gets a little bit lazy. And then after, you know, I have people like Vara that tell me what actually happened in the books and everything. And I'm like, you know, like Jace's death in the books was way more honorable. And stuff like that doesn't make sense to me. I get maybe if you want to change it, you're adapting it and you want to add to it, or you're changing something. So you're going to, you know, mix it up a bit. But when you take something really cool and just make it lame, that doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not like it would have cost more money, I don't think, to do it the way it was in the books. I mean, they've already spent so much on the dragons in that scene. So, I mean, I'm sure it might have actually been cheaper to do it the way it was in the book.
So it wouldn't have changed anything. So I guess a spoiler alert for the book again. Like, if you haven't read Fire and Blood, the whole entire thing isn't just about, you know, the dance of dragons and this, you know, it's like civil war and war that's going on between these family members. But basically, Jace, he died in the book because he rides his dragon out into the bay to fight the Triarchy, but it's because his younger brothers, the very little, like the toddlers that we haven't seen this season yet, they are out on a boat. So they actually reference it in this episode where They are supposed to be on a boat going to Pentos because they're going to be safe there and they're going to be away from the fighting. But basically, as the kids are being shipped off, the Triarchy attacks the bay. And so that is why Jace goes out there in the book, is to defend his family, to fight for his brothers, to try to protect his loved ones. And unfortunately, he does perish in that. But that doesn't happen here. All that happens, and this happened in the first episode, was he just sort of fights against his mother, does what he wants, and then dies for absolutely no reason. So it felt so dull and disrespectful compared to the book. You could have this amazing moment of bravery and heroics and a family really fighting for their family member, and then you just kill him off. That is
It was very
so
lackluster. And
yeah, it
I get
was.
what Star's saying here. It'd be boring just follow along with the book because it keeps stuff surprising. I understand that to a certain point, but when you take something, if you're gonna do that, make it very interesting. Don't take it like a really epic moment and then just flatline it. That's why people
Yes.
get upset about it, you know. JV, you don't care.
Spoilers.
You do
I
not
did
care.
say spoiler
did.
for the
You
book.
did.
I did say spoiler. But this episode itself, the major problem that I have is that this first and second episode were supposed to be the last two episodes of the last season. They were told days before filming season 2, you have to cut off the last two episodes because you're not getting the money for those. And so they had to put them at the beginning of this season, which I do think that there are good ways to start the season, but now my issue is that I'm afraid the next several episodes are going to be boring and they're going to be yappy, talky. Now, I do think that obviously that needs to happen to a certain extent. Rhaenyra needs to hold her court for the first time. They've already shown off in the teaser for the next episode, and I won't spoil what it is, but there is going to be a very big dinner scene that should be very cool. But besides some interesting set piece moments in these episodes, it's primarily going to feel like a lot of downtime. And I don't know where they're going to end this season, because I thought that they were going to end this season at a battle called the Battle Above God's Eye. I'm not going to say what happens in it. Obviously, these are battles in a civil war. Characters are going to die. I'm not going to say who, but I think what they're going to do is they're going to save that for the first episode of the next season, because they want those actors to be there and be marketing the show, and they want to get all of these actors into the final stretch. So I don't think that anything major is going to happen for the rest of this season.
Yeah, and that's what kind of happened with last season, right? Like there
Yeah.
was a lot of filler episodes. There were some good
Well,
scenes,
right.
but
It's
it was
there was the lead up, but because they cut off these two episodes,
Yes.
it led up to nothing. And if these
Mhm.
episodes were at the end of the last season, I know my opinion on it would have been pretty different.
Absolutely. We would
Because
have
there's
gotten
the
what we wanted.
tension between characters like Alicent and Rhaenyra, and
Mhm.
characters have just died, and characters are missing, and all of this is happening. You have 2 years to really think it over, but because that didn't happen, it feels like last season was just a 90% filler.
Yeah, I feel that way absolutely. Now one scene in this that bothered me, and now you can tell me without me like really ruining anything for anyone that didn't watch it yet. The scene with Alicent and the he wasn't the Maester, the in her room, like
The Master
before
of Laws.
the Master of Laws. That's who. Was that in the book? Because if it
No,
was,
so
I
all
feel
I'm
like
gonna
that
say
wasn't,
is
that
that
wasn't needed. It was kind
So-
of random.
So this is A Song of Ice and Fire. This is Game of Thrones, right? A running theme in A Song of Ice and Fire is, let's just be honest, sexual assault, very intense sexual themes, things like that. Like you
Mhm.
have characters who are nude and all of these different things.
Now
And
they
there-
have guys. In Game of Thrones, you saw a bunch of boobs. Now that it's the opposite.
That is
I was like,
true.
don't
There
really do that.
there are always going to be these like more intense sexual themes that have spanned throughout all of these, but none of the sexual themes in this entire show have been source material. Now,
Okay.
the thing with the Dance of Dragons in Fire and Blood is that Fire and Blood is more of like a history book, and it's just laying out the events. It
Mhm.
doesn't, there's not like there's dialogue or there's exact scenes. But yeah, like none of that. And like even a lot of the relationships that are in this show, they're completely made up for the show. That's why a lot of people think that it's very like fan fiction, House of the Fan fiction.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's fair.
none of that is source material.
Yeah, it was weird. And so like I don't think like out of the first I think the first episode was better than this one. There was parts of it that I didn't like, parts of the like this was good. I think Emma Darcy did do some good acting in this. Like she's so torn apart and I think she did do a good job. Is she gonna get an Emmy? I mean, I don't know. I don't really care about award shows.
This is what really upsets me. After Jace is gonzo, after Jace is donezo, and Rhaenyra feels like I lost my first two kids, that is it. It is supposed to be gloves off, no holds barred. She gets
Let's
to
go
the
Mad Queen.
she
right?
is supposed to go, right, Mad Queen. She is
I was
supposed to
waiting for
be
that.
like ruling with an iron fist, and instead she's sitting there and she's crying and she's distraught, and like that's not how she's supposed to be portrayed. Now, I do think that they added some interesting moments in here, like the shot that is in this this set of images on the screen, the bottom right. She is holding Jace's sword, and so
Yeah.
that is like a reason why she's crying is because like she brought him to the Iron Throne with her. But
Mhm.
at that point, it's supposed to be no hesitation, no fear, no heartbreak, and she just is crying, and
Mhm.
it's just very different. You'd expect her to, I don't know, be a little bit cooler than sitting and sobbing the whole time.
Yeah, I would have preferred to see her like kind of like how now this didn't fit in Game of Thrones, like when Daenerys just like snaps and burns everybody for no reason after she already won King's Landing. Like that was so stupid. But this would have been warranted. Not that she needed to burn people, but for her to just go like straight face and be like, I am like this ain't okay, and just like go full Mad Queen. It would have.
Mhm.
This is the moment when they should do something like that. Hopefully in the next
Yeah.
episode she's better. Like I get it, you got to heal, but it's like at the same time because like they have it this way. Like she's like, I'm doing all this to get the Throne. I've lost two kids, so what am I doing this for? And then Damon comes in and is like, you're gonna have it all be for nothing. That makes it.
Right.
That's when she needs to snap out of it and be like, okay, like I am in full battle mode, right? And that's what I would have liked to see that because yes, make it worth it. Like obviously you can't say she lost your kids, you can't make anything worth it, but like he said, don't make it for nothing. Get the throne and rule
Mhm.
with an iron fist.
I do think that's the only thing that I like that is different about this. So obviously, I would have preferred her to be a little bit more of a badass because that is what she was in Fire and Blood at this point in the story. But I'm at least glad that they've relied so heavily on Damon because he is such an amazing character and
Yeah.
Matt Smith is such an amazing actor and he brings so much life to the show. So I'm at least glad that that happened. And it's
Yeah.
not like, I don't know, she's dealing with fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum Dragon Seed riders who are drunken dipshits.
Is that what it is in the
So,
books?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh no.
So it's not, the thing is that she does rely on them a lot, but because a lot of this is like original story, they could have just as easily done that.
Yeah. So I like again, this wasn't a bad episode. Like this can go with like the writing a little bit different than the books, right? It's not awful. But hopefully we see her just kind of like get it together a bit more because
Yeah.
like she's a Targaryen, they're nuts, right? So she needs to let that Targaryen snap. And then one more question for you because again, you read the books. What did you think of the scene with Otto? My thing on that was it felt a little lackluster just because he was reintroduced after so long, but if it's in the books, okay. But then like having Alicent, that was so dramatic. that
Yeah.
Allison happened to walk in just like right after we found her. Oh, look. Oh, what'd you do? It was very like soap opera to me, like the looks they gave each other and stuff. But it's like, hey, if it was in the books, whatever. That was my only part with that. Like, I get it. It's a drama series, right? So they got to throw some drama in it. But I was like, oh, come on. Like, she would walk in right then. Come on.
So that obviously the context of the scene and Otto going there and everything, that in like how he ended up there, that isn't written out specifically. We just know what his fate ends up being. That is accurate in this show to the book. They dramatized it a lot. They tried to build up on it. For me though, I felt like it was such a massive loss because that moment could have happened maybe after like another episode or
Mhm.
something. And then they actually gave him a really good performance because it felt like he's there and he's gone, bye bye. Like you see him for 2 seconds in the episode, and he's such an amazing actor that I mourn sort of the way that everything could have happened.
Yes. Yeah. It just,
Like
like I said,
I
it felt
want this
lackluster.
character to be there in some way, shape, or form, and for this performance to be great. But again, this was supposed to be the end of the last season, and so it's like they wanted all of these big moments between like Alicent and Rhaenyra to linger for 2 years and for you to wonder what was going to happen with them. I think that they needed to rewrite that, but they didn't rewrite any of it. They're just like, you know what? We have these scripts. We're just going to go with the flow, which was a bad move.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I thought a bit lackluster, but you know, they
Yeah.
got that problem taken care of, right? And then it was pretty like cool to watch Damon just kind of like go in and just slice and dice everybody. But that's Damon's character, right? Just taking
Yeah.
everybody on. They don't need an
He's
army.
badass.
They have a Damon, right?
Yes.
And then the same with Aemon with hair. Like, what was your take
What a
on
little stupid idiot.
I don't like Aemon, but what was
Well, that's I think what is so great about him is that there's nothing to like about him. There's
No.
there's nothing at all that is a redeeming factor, and that's why you like him. See, that was I don't want to say a big change in season 1, but with Damon, they did an amazing job at showing that he was sort of a neutral figure. He could be a good guy, he could be a bad guy. He was very self-centered and he only focused on himself, but this scene where Viserys enters the throne room, goes up to the throne, Daemon walks up to him, and then Viserys's crown falls on the ground, and then Daemon picks it up and puts it back on his head. First of all, that was all improv. One of the best fucking TV scenes I have seen in a decade. That
I
was
didn't know that.
awesome. Yeah,
was
the crown
improv.
actually fell off his head, and then Matt Smith improved it.
Wow.
Picking it up, and it added so much depth, and it was so badass and so cool for such a simple scene because it ultimately showed while Daemon is so focused on himself, he ultimately does put his family first, and that is where his loyalties lie.
Yeah.
But with someone like Aemon, who is obsessed with Daemon, he doesn't have that. He is
doesn't have
only
that
worried, right? He's only worried
humanity.
about himself.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm like, you know, it's you felt bad for him in the first season, right? Like bullied and whatever, and it's like, you know, that sucks. But he just has, like you said, no redeeming quality. So he's
Right.
not someone that you could really root for.
Right?
You
It's
root
like
for Daemon,
he-
but not Aemon.
So in the book, he is like he from what I remember, like Aemon was kind of obsessed with him, but it's even very clear in the show. He copies his armor. He copies like the length of his hair and like
He
his
does.
style. He's so obsessed with Daemon. But Daemon has a line that he won't cross, and Aemon doesn't. So that's what makes that
Yes.
dynamic phenomenal.
That's the fight.
Fantastic.
If they don't give us that, people are going to be mad. That's the
Yeah.
fight people want to see. Like I don't know what happens in the books, and obviously not until like we get the scene. If we get the scene, do I want to know how it happens in the books? But if Daemon and Aemon go at it, and Daemon loses, I'm gonna be like, yes,
You're gonna be sad.
This is
Yeah,
so
I'm not gonna
stupid.
spoil it, but that is the moment that they should, in theory, put at the end of this season, but I think that they're going to put in the next season, so that they can market that, that fight and those
Yes.
moments and that battle with all of the actors that
'Cause
are
they're
going to be
plan-
a part of that.
They're planning on doing one more season or two more?
One more.
One more.
Yes,
Okay.
season 4 is the last season. So that's why I think that they would save that moment for the start of next season, so that they can at least get all of those actors in the, press tour and all together promoting the show.
Yeah. Don't worry, the sound's not on, guys. I don't want to get hit for this. So I'm just people were like, this was a good scene. Like it's isn't this, I don't know if this is said in the books or if this is just common knowledge. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, if you sit on that throne and it cuts you, it means you're not worthy. And that's why.
Is she gonna get cut? You think so?
Well, no. I don't think so. But I think that's why, like Robert Baratheon, he wasn't worthy, so he got cut. You know what I mean? He wasn't like, he was okay. I know they said he was like a big warrior, whatever, right? Like we would need. I didn't read the book, so if he's like, they talk more about him in the books, and I don't know about that. But it seems like you need like a Targaryen on there, even though they're crazy. Like
I mean, Robert Baratheon did rule for a very long time.
He did, yeah. Well, I mean, so he could have been worthy, but eventually he became a fat, drunken, like just lazy, and then he's.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So someone had said that to me, and I was like, that's kind of
He was king
poetic
for
in a
like
way.
15 years. So
Wow.
I mean, it was a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that they've clearly established the side that the show favors, and that was because of season 1 when Rhaenyra was out in the woods and the white stag finds her, and the white stag is the symbol of kingship and whatnot. So they very clearly established that she is like the focus of this, and like she is the main character, and so one would assume that that also means they think that she is like the rightful one to rule.
Yeah, I think so. I got to a point where I was like, they all kind of suck. But
Everybody fucking sucks.
It's
Yeah,
Game of Thrones. Though, right?
I
That's
want
why
Ned Stark on the goddamn throne, and that's it. I am a
mean,
Stark. Okay, I know
do
no
like the
king,
Starks.
but the king in the north, whose name is Stark. In this fucking season of this stupid bitch ass House of the Dragon show, where is the Stark theme?
I know.
I just need to hear it. I can't deal with the winter fucking wolves and not hearing it. I cannot. I'm
Sorry.
flipping. In that first episode, when you see the
Sorry.
wolves creep out of what's where's the song?
Everyone got
you made
excited.
me annoyed.
Everyone got hyped when you seen the Starks come through the woods.
And then all we
How
get is
Damon,
hey,
right?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
like, hey guys, we're here to hang out. Fuck you. You're so
We
stupid.
need more. We need
Great
more.
character though. The Winter Wolves are gonna have a lot to do this season.
Yeah. I'm
Very,
excited
very cool.
for it. I love the Starks. I think that's
It's
everybody's
because
favorite house.
It's because Game of Thrones centers around them. Most
Mhm.
of the POVs are Starks. Most of the storylines have to either center around a Stark, or a Stark is a big moving piece. And so you get to know this family better than you get to know any of the other families.
Yeah.
And yet there's still people that are like, actually, I like the Aarons. Stop trying to be special, bro. Nobody
I'm
likes
edgy.
them.
I don't like the things that everyone
Yeah,
likes.
right?
Actually, let me get my
Like,
glasses.
what?
Hipster.
What
Yeah.
are you even talking about?
I actually like things that everyone hates because I'm quirky, cute, and different.
I'm not like the other girls. I'm special.
Shut up, Barbara.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Glitch Hunter, thank you for the 5. Hey, look, it's discount left wing Vara. It's your overweight evil twin. Vara. What?
Who?
What?
I'm so confused.
I'm confused. Oh wait, that was when was that? What were we playing? What did we have up? Gosh, what were we talking about? Did we have something up?
No idea.
We're lost, sorry.
I am lost.
Big Papa Pump for 5.
Oh, the woman interviewing Matt Smith.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It just took us a second. We are women at the end of the day, so
Gotcha.
you gotta forgive us. We forget
Yeah.
things. Sup, ladies? The only reason I watched Morbius was for Adria Arjona. Did I say that right? Stay based, my friends. Holla if you hear me. Thank you,
And
Big
she
Papa.
is the one who is being rumored to play Wonder Woman.
Oh,
It's not confirmed yet, but
not a bad choice. Here, let me bring her up.
yes,
For the
she is
chat.
the one who has been heavily. She was also in Hitman a couple of years ago, but she is the one that is being heavily rumored right now, because of course she's dating Jason Momoa. So everyone's like, ah ha ha, that's why she's gonna get the deal.
She's very pretty.
Oh
I could
yeah,
see
she
it.
is.
I could definitely see. Oh yeah, she was the one in Hit. Okay, you just said yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She was also in Hitman. I liked that actually. It was just like a fun.
She
little...
reminds me a lot of Zoe Kravitz, like that bottom right picture in the middle. It
Oh, sorry.
reminds
Right
me
there?
a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, reminds me
Yeah.
a lot of her.
Yeah, she's pretty. I
Mhm.
can get behind that. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. Spoiler alert: the middle hits, and it's just like it takes some time.
Yeah.
I did it.
They
I
in the
did it
song,
perfectly.
like the singer sounds like she's like a valley girl. Oh, I just can't.
It was bad. It was like you just take some time.
And the way she
Like, I couldn't even
pronounces
do
all
it.
right, she's like, all right. Shut up, God. I just can't.
You just made it sound like special ed.
Special
Alright.
Olympics, number
Alright.
1 contender, gold medal finalist.
No. Rusty, thank you for the Canadian $6.99 Halloween costumes. Vera is Ivy, Wicked is Catwoman. I think we will do costumes this year. We did last year. That was so much fun. She was
Mhm.
Daphne and I was Velma. That was a fun stream.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a lot of potential.
I want to do more Catwoman. I have the Michelle Pfeiffer one, but to be honest, and I've heard this from other cosplayers, that costume is so freaking uncomfortable. I did a shoot in it.
Yeah.
I got my photos done, and I'm like, I couldn't see myself wearing it to like a con because it'd just be like just walking.
We could do Arkhamverse.
Yes,
because
I'm-
Ivy has like the red top, and then the
that's my favorite
Catwoman suit
Ivy.
looks sick.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, you could
I'm
do that
gonna
on
be the
stream.
Kill the Justice League Ivy, who looks like Greta Thunberg.
I'm gonna quit if that happens.
I'll quit
I
too, it's okay.
definitely I would too. I'd quit myself actually. Just
Yeah.
leave. Yeah, maybe I do. I want to do like the one with the goggles, right? That's one of that's her Arkham look,
Yeah,
right?
she wears the red goggles. It's like a headband.
Yeah, that's my favorite Ivy though, and the reason I
Yeah.
won't cosplay.
Well,
now,
obviously that Ivy is very exposed. I'm
Yes.
obviously not talking about a full body Ivy
it'd be good for
suit,
you for streaming,
but like
so-
right, like some kind of red top, like red button up
Perfect.
top that she wears.
Yes, like I would love to do that cosplay because it's my favorite Ivy, but it's too exposed. And if I put shorts on, people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, you're woke," and I'm gonna be like, "I'm not. I promise."
being woke, wicked.
So I'll do another Catwoman. I'm dying to do another Catwoman. I'm working on some more stuff because before we end here and we share all of Vera's stuff, I announced this on my Patreon, so make sure you join my Patreon. It's free to join. I announce stuff there, and Vera and I are going to be working on doing like a collab there where we watch the second Lord of the Rings on my channel, Patreon watch party, and then we're going to do the third one on her channel. So stay tuned for that. We will let you guys know way ahead of time, like at least a week ahead of time, so that you can join if you would like to watch with us. But I do sets over there. I have a 4th of July set coming on Saturday.
Yay.
And I will be at the Dallas Fan Expo in September. My schedule is not going to be announced yet, but I will be with Ripaverse. I'll be at their table and I'm going to be cosplaying. So I'm very excited. It's my first one. I've been talking about how I want to do cons and cosplay at them, and I'm really happy that they're letting me hang out with them. It's great. I'm excited. So yeah, I got to start working on some more cosplays. I have stuff coming. I went to Hobby Lobby today and got like some stuff for like sewing and all that fun stuff. Well, Jay's kind of a big deal. He's met both of us and he can confirm that we both
true.
have legs.
Yep, he can.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. What do you have coming up Like I obviously videos. I love it. If I don't ever have to search Vara's channel, I go to my notifications and boom, she's always
Ding,
the
ding, ding,
first
ding,
one.
ding, ding,
Always.
ding, ding.
I
Yep.
love it. So easy to find her.
Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming some more Bayonetta tomorrow and probably Saturday. Probably between those two streams, I'll finish it up just because I'm doing tons of little stuff and challenges and whatnot. But I'm streaming Bayonetta currently. Next week, I believe the Doom the Dark Ages DLC releases, and then of course Black Flag Resync comes out next Thursday. But that
Oh.
obviously is after the next Vera and Virtue show. And yeah, per usual, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern video games. Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, Fuck My Life with Ryan. And then Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. now with Wicked.
Yes, I'm liking it. It seems like you guys are liking the time. So
Yes.
I do
and also
too.
my review channel.
Yes, it's in her links are all there.
Yes.
I've seen the
I'm gonna be soon doing some collection videos. I've been meaning to. I haven't had a lot of time, but I'm finally gonna get some time to do some collection videos there. And of course, my live stream video game reviews are there too.
Okay, and then just a quick push again. I'm trying to get my second channel monetized.
Yes.
So I have a lot of content because this was my vlog stuff. And I might still throw vlogs on there. It's Wicked Virtue too, right? But I'm back to recording videos. I put clips and like some of the fun stuff from my streams with Vera and also Saucy and everything. So if you guys, you're bored at work or you just need some background noise, you can play my videos and help me get the hours. I would really appreciate it. And real quick, Wiley, 35 months. Holy moly. Thank you. We need a Vindicta Furby now. That's it. I gotta make it. Have a great 4th of July, ladies. Thank you, Wiley. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week on Vera's channel. Go say hi to the ladies over at Poor Choices.
Nice.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.